Hello, and welcome to a new episode of Brazen. And we're in a different location than we normally are. And if you're watching on YouTube, you can tell that we have a guest that's here with us. So if you're not watching on YouTube, get your ass over to YouTube and watch this episode as we're going to be hanging out with Travis today. We're going to be hanging out in our living room. Hopefully, we don't wake up the new puppy because she's sleeping right now. So if you hear her in the background, that might happen. But this is going to be a really great episode. We're really excited to talk to you guys about all of the amazing things that have happened in our life over the course of the last about 6 months. There's a lot of great things that have happened, and just like everybody else, there's also been some difficult times. So we're going to talk about those and about how we worked through it and how we're feeling now, and of course, give you any tips that we can. And with that, we're also going to talk about our goals for 2026. So if you were at all into it in 2025, I hosted a brand new event, which was Accomplished and Expressed. And this was a brand new way for me to bring in more goal setting and doing it with a lot more intention with my community. Whether we are focusing on what your values are as a human being and then aligning your goals with your values, or simply just looking at what your real goals are for the year and then breaking those down into small goals that you can achieve every single week, every single month, every single quarter. Sometimes we set goals for ourselves and we don't actually fucking know why we have it as a goal. It's just something that we think sounds good in the moment. And then we don't achieve it and we get down on ourselves when in reality, that goal never fucking meant anything to us, anyways, because we never really connected with it. So, Travis and I are going to be talking to you about what our goals for 2026 are, why they are our goals. Some of them we've already accomplished here. It's just well, actually, I guess it's exactly halfway through February. It's the 15th right now. And this episode is going to be coming out next week. So hopefully you're able to listen to it and start to lock in a little bit more and understand too that we're still in February. We're still in the winter season. So a lot of what you could be doing if you wanted to reach your goals for this year is to use this time to plan. Instead of going really hard to achieve the goals in January and February, use that time to plan, become very aware of what your goals are, set certain things in motion, start new small habits so that way you can achieve everything you want to achieve. Okay, so I can tell that, like, can you see that it keeps blurring me every time I move?
Yeah.
All right, guys, if you're watching on YouTube, you're just going to have to deal with the fact that every now and then my face gets blurred out because I don't want to change anything right now and get in there. All right, so to jump right in, Trav, for anybody that has not met you, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, absolutely. Hey guys, I'm Travis. Um, Officially Heather's husband.
Husband, you are my
We
husband.
we did something pretty awesome last fall, but it's good to be back. I've been on a couple times and it's been a while since I've done this.
Like it's almost a year, but that could be wrong. 2025 was long and short, and
Yeah, I think we did one last summer. I'm not 100% sure, honestly, but it's been a long time. Anyways, I'm really happy to be back. I'm very excited about what Heather and I are talking about today. Like she was saying, the goal setting. First, we're going to do a little like life update, catch you guys up.
Of course.
But this goal setting thing for this year, we do it at the beginning of every year. Obviously, it's that time of year to take a look at the year ahead, figure out what you want to accomplish, what you want to get done. But
we even kind of started the year before, honestly.
Yeah.
Just so you guys know, like you have plenty of time, but maybe this year you consider starting next year's goals in like November, December to get a head start on it.
Yes.
Just kind of wanted to throw that out to them as kind of a pro tip.
And yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's no right time or wrong time. I don't feel like yeah, this is the stereotypical time to do that. But it's very important to keep up with yourself because that's what's going to, push you forward. Like when you're aligning with your values and your goals, like Heather was saying earlier, it pushes you towards your path that you want to be on.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm very excited to be here. I'm very excited to talk about some things that have happened recently and very excited to talk about some things that I want to get done this year.
You want to tell them about the wedding?
Yes, absolutely, I do. So we got married last October.
We eloped.
We
It
did.
was so nice.
We eloped to Sedona, Arizona. It was incredible. We found a a native shaman that, well, she wasn't native, but she was blessed by the natives. Um,
She was native. She joked that she wasn't 100% native.
oh, okay. So, but she was blessed by, was it the Hopi?
Mhm, the
The
Hopi
Hopi
tribe.
tribe. We did a whole native ceremony as well as our own, ceremony with that. We did our own vows, and we did a literally tied the knot. We did a Celtic hand fasting in our ceremony as well. And this was like not a well-known spot, I don't feel like, but
No.
it was gorgeous and incredible. I couldn't have asked for a better day. It was really, really amazing. We had some incredible photographs taken, and it was an overall magical experience, literally magic, because when we got out there, we did a sunrise ceremony and we're climbing this little, mountain plateau area to get to the spot where we're going to be married. And we get up there, and then all of a sudden, there's air balloons all around us just taking off with the sunrise against the red rocks and the green evergreens and the juniper trees. It was incredible. It was phenomenal. It was such an amazing day.
And the juniper tree, well, there was this area that we got married at, like Trav was saying, like the woman who married us, she chose it. We told her that we wanted somewhere very special. We were looking at Boynton Canyon. We didn't realize that you couldn't get married in Boynton Canyon because it is such a special sacred spot to
Mhm.
not just the Hopi tribe, but to many of the tribes in the area. So the biggest things for where we wanted to get married were we wanted it to be beautiful,
Obviously.
obviously. We wanted it to be somewhere that we could take a short hike to. Not only because that just means more like you're getting off the beaten path, you're going out, but also what fun photographs we ended up getting
It
of us like
was,
hiking to the place, like in our wedding attire. Like I'm in a
yeah,
dress, he's in his like suit and everything, and we're hiking to this place. But we wanted it to, because we're spiritual woo-woo bitches, we wanted it to be like masculine and feminine. We wanted it to have a very balanced energy. And she picked the place. It was not just right beside Boynton Canyon. It was right beside well, not every, but most of the big places in Sedona. So we could see all these giant, beautiful red rocks, like the very sacred spaces all around us. And we were like, it wasn't it wasn't a hill, it wasn't a mountain, it was like I don't know
yeah.
what
That's
you
why I
would call
said
it.
plateau. I'm not
It
sure
was
what to
it was
call it,
kind of
but
in between because it was kind of like stepping stones up to it, and then it would have this plateaued area, and then you could walk up more, and it was all natural formation. Um, but yeah, we got up there and there was all the twisted juniper trees, which was like one of our non-negotiables. We're like, we want to get married at one of the
a
vortex
vortex. Yeah,
trees. And we got to get married at literally one of the most beautiful vortex trees I've ever seen in my life.
yeah. It was incredible. I mean, and not just was it perfect for what we wanted, but come to find out after the fact, we did research on the area and the exact spot. And the red rock itself was inlaid with quartz crystals.
Yeah.
So it was an actual like magic portal. It was incredible. It was
cool.
like we got into the history of the Hopi tribe and everything there. And yeah, I mean, you could definitely feel the energy. It was just really, really incredible. We
Yeah.
got some amazing pictures. We had an even more amazing experience because pictures really just can't do that area justice. I mean,
No.
any area, any sunset or
Sedona
anything,
is
but
just one of the most beautiful places on earth, though.
yeah, we love that area. Have a house down there someday.
Very soon.
Yeah,
Very, very soon.
soon. So,
Well, and like Trav was saying, so there was the quartz inside, and like Travis was saying, it was sunrise. It was early. We woke up at 2 a.m. to get ready. So like we were kind of in a blur, but also doing our best to stay very, very present because we did this entire beautiful ceremony with her that was beyond what we ever imagined we would be doing. It was so incredible. But you were kind of out of it. Like
yeah.
you were trying to be there, but you were kind of out of it. You couldn't help it.
Mhm.
So she had mentioned to us, like, hey, do you see all the crystals? And like was pointing down. And we did, but we didn't. And then thankfully, Travis had the idea to take us back to where we got married the following morning so we could sit and we could meditate and we could
Enjoy
like
that
really
area.
enjoy
Yeah,
it.
soak it in.
Such a good idea, babe.
Yeah.
And we get there and there's like, when you see like a geode that gets cracked open or hasn't even been cracked open, and you can see the crystals inside of it, like a little cove. I was all over the red rocks, and you could see inside the crystal, the stone, or not stone, the clear quartz inside of this red rock. So we literally got married on a giant piece of clear crystal or clear quartz surrounded by red rock in a vortex, at a vortex tree in the middle of all the sacred spots and sites. It was wild.
It was incredible.
It's the coolest thing.
Yeah.
And I kind of want to tell them about that, but also I feel like it's so against the law.
Yeah,
See?
trying to keep that under wraps, but
Yeah, all my clients know. Basically, when we go somewhere, we bring back things that mean a lot to us, and we're not talking about souvenirs. So
gifts
gifts from the
nature.
earth.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we have this beautiful terrarium. So it's like our wedding terrarium now.
Yeah, and it is beautiful. But
we always ask, by the way, just to say, we always ask the earth.
Yeah. I would trust her word over any
I trust the earth
official word. So
always, literally always.
But that led us to have we talked about, I mean, obviously you and I don't think have talked about our losses last year that kind of led to where we're at.
No, we can. I'll probably cry. I've definitely told them about what happened, but we haven't together.
Okay, well, I just wanted to, that it kind of ties in because we were searching for a new puppy. We lost both of our dogs last summer, and it was very tough. But when it comes to,
I tried. I couldn't even hold it together for like 4 seconds.
But we couldn't. We were trying to think of. We knew we wanted a large breed. We knew we wanted to start off with a female. And we were bouncing back and forth. What should we name her? You know, what do we want exactly? And we found a.
Oh, she's awake.
She's awake. Yep.
It's okay. We'll be here for just a little bit longer.
Yeah.
She'll be okay.
Yeah, she'll be all right. Unless she really starts to howl, then I'll go get her and let her out.
Yeah, we'll pause this. Yeah. You guys will be fine.
But we were bouncing back and forth between names, and we saw this little or this mama that came into a local shelter pregnant and was getting ready to have babies, and she was an Anatolian Shepherd mix, so large breed like we wanted. And I knew right when we saw this puppy that she was ours in the videos that they post to get these puppies adopted from the shelter. And we settled on the name Juniper.
We did, and she's barking now.
Yeah.
So we're actually
if you can't hear that.
So we'll be right back. For you, it won't be really any time at all. It'll just take a second, but we're going to press pause right now. We're going to go get her outside and let her get woke up, and then we'll come back. Hopefully with her, but she is in her piranha phase, so maybe not. We shall see. We'll be right back. Welcome back.
We are back.
Juniper is outside enjoying the sunshine and her friend Rocco. So we're going to finish this up. And I don't think you guys are going to be able to meet Juniper in the podcast today.
Soon.
She's a toddler.
Yeah.
So she's not.
With razor sharp teeth.
Yeah. She doesn't want to sit still for a podcast. But here's one thing I did want to say. If you're like, Heather, you can't tell us about the brand new puppy and then not fucking show us the brand new puppy, head over to my Instagram, be watching my stories. There's always some sort of a video or a picture that is of baby Juniper in there. So just a heads up. Yeah,
she's so cute. Anyways, yes, back to Junie. So we decided because of the tree that we got married by, we just thought it was a very fitting name for her, and it is very fitting. I love that you came up with it. I think you were like, "What about Juniper?" And immediately I was like, "That's perfect." And it was kind of a funny coincidence because not only did we get married by a juniper tree, but previous to us going to Sedona, we were, I think, just having a Sunday drive. And we were driving towards downtown Des Moines or back home from downtown Des Moines or something like that. And we're just driving, listening to music, cruising along. And all of a sudden, this one decides to say, "Hang on, stop. There's a rock shop around here. I want to go into it." I was like, I didn't know the area. It was just all into it. Yeah. I'm like, I don't think so. Let's just keep going. And I was like, all right, no, we'll turn around because she's usually right about that stuff, especially when she's trusting her intuition. So we turn around and we go to this storefront that says nothing about rocks.
I like was like, it's here. It's right here.
Yeah. So I don't know what was calling her name, but it was actually we found out a couple stones um in the back of this store
There's
that
like a
said
hidden
nothing
rock
about
shop.
rocks. Yes, there was a hidden rock shop, and we go back there and she picks up two stones.
I picked up stones and they also, so it was like, it was one of the coolest ones I've seen in Des Moines, honestly. And it's wild that they don't advertise that they're a rock shop or that they have like a hidden back room rock shop because
That was pretty cool.
it was so cool. So on one wall, like a large wall, they have all these like small little bags, right? Of resin for like incense or herbs or yeah, I mean, fucking witchy shit. So I walk up and there's like all these little bags, right? There's sticks, there's stones, there's this, there's that. And I was a little bit overwhelmed. And I was like, I don't want to read through because hundreds. It's like I don't want to
Yeah.
read through what all these little bags are. So I was like, well, obviously my intuition's fucking on point today. So I just stood there for a moment. And this is, by the way, pre-talk of Juniper. Like we knew we were
Yeah.
getting a dog.
Yes.
We did not know what her name was going to
Yep.
be. So we called her baby girl at this point.
Yeah.
That's all we knew was going to be a girl. So I'm standing there and I just reach out and I grab the two that immediately feel like I need to have them. And I didn't really look at them in that moment because I was just too excited to move on to the next piece because there were so many things to look at in there. So I grabbed those two, put them in my little basket, move over, find Trav. We're looking at stuff. Come to find out, the two that called to me that I like just I didn't even take a second, I just grabbed was juniper needles from the
From the
tree
trees. Yeah.
and juniper berries. The
Wild.
fuck? So then we knew we were going to get married at a vortex tree, at a juniper tree. We know that they
I
were
don't
called juniper trees
I
at that
don't think
point?
so. Not at that point.
I don't think we just called them vortex trees because
Right.
we've obviously been to Sedona. We've seen the vortex trees. We fell in love with them. But yeah, then we found out that they were juniper trees. And then we were like, we should name the dog Juniper.
Yeah. Seems very fitting at that point. But it was pretty wild, yeah. And it serendipitous or synchronistic or
Yeah.
however you want to say it. It was pretty incredible. And she's half angel, half gremlin. So,
All my one-on-one clients know that. That's the thing. Like, thank you. Just a shout out to all my one-on-one clients, whether we work together weekly, bi-weekly, monthly. Thank you for your patience in the last month and a half as I have been learning how to be a work from home dog mom to a puppy who it was very difficult to get her into a schedule. So I really appreciate a lot of y'all. You guys have been so sweet as I've been transitioning and trying to help her because our training has been more than most. Like we've always been advocates for training dogs, obviously, duh. Our dogs were incredibly well trained, very, very good dogs. And we kind of forgot how lucky we are, or were and are, because our dogs, George and Harley, when they both passed in June of last year, it didn't really occur to us just how incredibly well behaved they were until we got a puppy.
yeah.
And then we were like, fucking shit. Our
It's
dogs
a
were
lot
so
different.
well behaved.
Like, oh, they were so perfect. Now we
Yeah.
have to deal with a little monster in the
Right.
house.
Right. Which is, it's nice. It's nice in all the ways.
Of course.
But it's also nice because we're training her to be able to take her to nursing homes and to be in all these service type positions where she's bringing joy and happiness to other people. Like we want to take her to the homeless shelter and just allow her to bring happiness and joy in those spaces, especially nursing homes. It just breaks my heart. I mean, it breaks my heart all these other areas too, but like nursing homes, like a lot of the time, those people don't see their families if ever. And, they're at the last chapter of their life. They just want to smile. And like I've known a lot of family members who have gone to nursing homes, and it was just heartbreaking to watch them there. I specifically thinking of, I think she was like my second great aunt. She was in there and she was so lonesome and she was so sad, but then she got a dog and it changed her whole fucking end of
Outlook
life
on.
chapter.
Yeah.
Like it made her so happy. She had more purpose throughout the day. So I'm really excited to continue training her during the day because that's where we do a lot of our training for service dog stuff is during the day. So like I'm with clients and then I wake her up from the nap and then we go on a walk and then we do service dog training and then I get on with my next client. So it's been a lot, but I really do appreciate y'all working with me and working with my new schedule.
Yeah, you've been killing it.
Thanks.
So,
So have you.
well, thank you. Yeah,
You're
when
welcome.
when I'm not home all day, every day, pretty much,
Yeah.
you take care of a lot of that, and I'm very grateful. She's getting better. Obviously, she's a puppy. We know that.
How old is she?
But
15
man,
weeks?
yeah,
15 weeks.
tomorrow.
15 weeks tomorrow.
Yeah, yep. So yeah, 4 months old on no, she just turned 15 weeks.
I'm not sure. We'll have to look up
Anyways,
paperwork. She was
close, we're
born
close.
October 26th.
Yeah.
So if you want to Google that
There
for
you
us,
go.
get a calculator.
Yeah, but she's doing very good with her training. She's incredibly smart,
Yeah.
and that is also a detriment to
Our sanity
yes,
sometimes.
because she knows better when she does certain things, but it's all part of it. We were looking forward to the process of a puppy. It's our first dog together, because we brought our own dogs into the relationship. Because Harley was almost 12 and George was
15.
over 15 years old. So those were our soul dogs, and we had had them forever, and they were a huge part of our life. But we brought them in together. They bonded, and it was fantastic.
She was such a good big sister to
Yeah.
Georgie.
Yeah, she was. But now we have a puppy together, and we're very excited that that journey is really kicking off this year. We got her on New Year's Day, so
Which was so wild and unexpected. Like the whole process of getting her was unexpected.
it was.
Like, just real quick, because that's why we're here is to talk to you about the update. So get this. So we watch the shelter Facebook pages all the time, right? And they also, if you're in the Des Moines area, there's also the A. Hines shelter. They have an SOS page on Facebook, which is actually where we ended up finding Xena, who was a foster German Shepherd that we got while we were working through the dog's passing. She was such a blessing. It was a turbulent time in our lives to bring in a foster who was so reactive. But
not trained at all.
She would have
Poor
been
girl.
put down had we not. So there really was no choice. It was we're taking
gonna
this
deal
dog.
with it. Yeah.
So, but we're just a heads up if you're in the Des Moines area, look out for that SOS page from A. Hines. But we've been watching the Facebook pages and we had seen a lot of mamas that had been coming in last year that were pregnant, specifically to A. Hines, shout out. And they do this really cool thing where they do live video, like a Facebook Live to show you the animals, to show you the dogs, to show you the puppies. And what Trav was talking about before, he saw the puppy and he's like, that's our baby right there. Of course, she was the most boisterous little shit.
Oh yeah.
She was the sassiest puppy. She's so cute.
Oh my God.
You guys know when you get cute aggression where you're just like,
it's constant.
yeah, you see her and you just like get the cute aggression and you have to like, but so they're born. She was what, maybe they didn't even have their eyes open. So however old that is, I have no fucking idea.
I think she was only the first time we saw her. I think she was only like
I don't know.
2 weeks old.
So they were little, is
Yeah.
what we're saying. Super small. And we had seen them, and then we saw this other, because there's many mamas with many puppies, right?
Mhm.
And then we see Mama Mary again, who's Juniper's mom. And the puppies were there and they weren't walking, barely had eyes open. And we're watching this. I think you tagged me in it. And then because we didn't watch it live, we rewatched it after it was live. And we're at home and it's at night. And like we're still mending because like we lost both the dogs in June. The grieving, and Trev had family loss that was more than most of us will ever have to deal with in our entire life ever. So he had extra on his plate. He was dealing with so much. And so grieving basically butted up right into the wedding in October.
Yeah.
So like we were not through grieving even at the wedding. Like we did something special for the dogs, of course, when we got married. And so like this was in November-ish. And like we're heavy-hearted, but we're also really excited for this new chapter as a couple and as a married couple. And we knew we were getting a puppy, but we didn't know when. And we see this video, and there's this little Sour Patch Kid puppy. And she is not walking. She's has her little legs spread out. She's the chunkiest chunkster you've ever seen in your whole life. And she's trying to like get up. And then we're watching it, and the lady that's recording is like, oh, because her name was Candy. Juniper's name was Candy at the shelter.
Yeah.
So she's like, oh, is Candy gonna take her first steps? I lose it. Just bawling. I was like, oh my God, if this is the puppy that we're gonna get, I just saw our puppy's first steps, like bawling. Didn't actually like it did occur to me that she could be ours, but it didn't at the same time because she wasn't ours. We hadn't gone through the process yet. But we got to see not only that, but it was like her first, like she was mouthing off to her mama in that video. Remember that?
Well, yeah, she was tackling one of her brothers.
She was like barking back at Mama Mary. And like as soon as we saw that she was the sassy one, the Sour Patch Kid, she was like the most ornery because she was the one trying to stand up and like take her first steps. I was like, of course we pick this dog. Of course we pick the dog, not the chill one in the corner that's just relaxing. We pick the one that's like gonna tear shit up. But we have been really lucky.
She hasn't really gotten into anything.
She's very, very good at not touching even things we haven't told her she's not allowed to touch. She just doesn't.
Yeah.
Which is so good.
Yeah, she's not chewing on walls or trim or staircases or
no couch, no shoes. She touched our shoes
every
a few
once in a while,
times.
she'll like grab the corner of the couch just out of spite. She'll like look at you and be like, I'm gonna bite this.
She holds eye contact the entire time, just like slowly biting it. But yeah, so Juniper's been a real big blessing in our life, and it's been amazing. It's been really, really wild. She's growing up so fast.
Oh my God. It's crazy.
It's wild. And she's going to be such a big girl, like 90 to 120 pounds, big girl.
Yeah.
So like every week we do weigh-ins with her and well, Trav does. I mean, I look at the scale, but you do weigh-ins.
Today's weigh-in day.
Today is weigh-in day. Like she's getting so big and her legs are so long.
Yeah, she went from chunky to skinny, and then she's just growing straight up.
Yeah.
It's crazy. She's got the longest legs.
Yeah. But anyways, back into the process here, because I want to make sure we get into these goals because we only have a little bit of time left. I also wanted to say thank you guys for your patience. As we get into the goals that we're going to be talking about now, one of my goals, and this was kind of November, December of last year when I started writing all these things out for myself. One of my big goals was to take breaks when I needed to take breaks. Because it's very easy, at least for me, with this business to hold myself to almost unattainably high standards. And it's something, of course, I talk with all of you guys about. We always are all working through it. And I definitely have to deal with that sometimes. I have to remind myself to not hold myself to such incredibly high standards. And it's okay to take a break. And it's not like you guys are going to come knocking at my door saying, where the fuck is the podcast at, Heather? But that's how it feels sometimes. So last year, with the holiday season and Travis's parents got their Florida home, which is so fucking awesome. So we went to Florida with them directly after Christmas, like literally the day after Christmas. And then we got Junie, and then all of that happened. I had already made the decision that I was going to take just a little break, a little step back from the podcast and a few other aspects of my business. Not forever, just because I needed a breather. I was feeling stressed to the point of almost burnout. So definitely took a break. I don't think that I have released a podcast. I have several that are ready to go, by the way. We have some really good ones. I haven't released a podcast since December 5th. So I want to say just truly, genuinely, thank you guys so much. I've gotten all of your messages, all of your emails, and most of you guys I've responded to. I know that there is some email still that I need to respond to when it comes to, hey, is the podcast going to come out again anytime soon? Is it still happening? It is still happening. I just needed to take a break. I was tired.
It has been quite the whirlwind. I mean, honestly, like you were speaking about earlier, from June, which was the toughest month of our lives by a long shot, to straight into grieving, straight into the wedding, straight into the holidays, straight into the new year, straight into a new puppy. It's been wild. I can't believe it's only been 6 months. I feel like it's been 10 years, but also it feels like it's been 2 days.
And I feel like a lot of people have had stuff like that. Like that's been pretty widespread that all of us are like, I have whiplash.
Yeah. Well, we're getting ready to kick off the year of the horse.
Yeah.
Is it March 3rd?
No, it's February 17th is when the year of the
Oh,
horse.
that's
That's
right.
also
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
eclipse. It's
Yes.
also Ramadan.
Well,
It's
we have
also
we have the eclipse. We have the year on the Chinese New Year.
Mhm.
Then we have another eclipse, a lunar eclipse on March 3rd. Is that what I'm thinking of?
Yes, it is.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Anyways, we are really excited to be back for 2026. This is one of our goals in 2026 is to do a little more work together, especially on the podcast. So hopefully you'll be seeing a lot more of me. That's something we're really gonna push to. We're pushing for a lot of goals together.
Mhm.
I had a rough year last year trying to figure out what the heck I was doing. And, with a lot of loss and life never stops moving forward. So you just kind of got to take the punches and roll with it. Um, but yeah, I'm really excited for this year. We have already put into action a lot of different, goals and intentions for the year. One of our goals is to do obviously more podcasts, do more things together, set up dates for a date night, which we have pretty much crushed.
Crushing it
Speaking
on
of
date
date
nights.
night,
Look at these. Again, if you're not on YouTube, get your ass over
we
here.
went and made some mugs at the local shop.
What's it called? Shout out to Five
Five
Monkeys
Monkeys. Yes.
in Des Moines, their pottery shop. If you haven't been there, it's down in what's it called down there?
Valley Junction.
Valley Junction.
Yes.
It's a cute little area. It's like
Yeah.
full of cool
Old
shops.
town, little
Yeah.
shops. Yeah.
Go to Valley Junction, go see the awesome owner of Five Monkeys. She's expanding, by the way, and she's gonna have glassworks, which is so
Excited
cool.
to do that as well.
Yeah, look at this. It's a mushroom mug. I need to send pictures of this to one of our nieces who loves, I almost said her name, but I don't want to say her name on the podcast. She loves mushrooms.
So cute.
But yeah.
Anyways, so that was one of our date nights recently, and that is one of I'll just jump right into, I've broken down my goals for 2026 into 5 different categories. And that's one of my personal goals is to, we've set date nights. We've got a concert coming up next week, which
Troubadours.
we are very excited for.
And Randy Rogers band.
Yeah. And then what are we doing in March?
March, we're going to go see Amber Autry, the comedian.
Yes. We're super stoked for that.
Yeah.
So we're doing really good with those. We knew that this was something we wanted to do for this year, so we kind of enacted it towards the end of last year, like Heather was saying, putting things into motion and getting things rolling.
Putting them on the calendar has been huge for us.
Yeah.
That's a big pro tip. Put it on the fucking calendar.
So you're looking at it every day, you know what's coming up. You know it's one of those things that's on your checklist, and not that date nights are on a checklist, but it's just something else to keep your mind aware and running of like what you're looking towards.
It's easy to be like, we know we love each other. We know we spend all this time together, but then like anybody who's ever been in a relationship especially if they're wanting it to become deeper and better and all the things, you forget that date nights are so fucking important. You forget how important it is to go out and to court. Like to have that time. And remember when we used to go on date nights and we would act like we didn't know each other?
Yes.
I'm not good at those.
It's a little awkward though, but
awkward. Like he'd walk up to me and I'd be like, I knew he was coming up and is gonna be like a different person I've never met, right? Oh, maybe one of us should go check on kiddos. Is it just kids? Okay.
And kiddos up front.
But like, yeah, go check on her real quick. But he would come up to me and he would be like talking to me like a person I've never met, of course. And then he would be like, well, what do you do for work? I am not an actress. I would say stupid shit. And then I would be like, I'm sorry, I'm not good at this. And we would just have to end the whole process because I couldn't do it. Is she good?
Yeah, she's just chilling, just sitting in the backyard.
I love that. Yeah. So yeah, date nights, get them on the calendar. And I mean, I think one of my big pro tips is to look on Facebook events. I always tell clients like we have a lot of practice in moving to different areas and learning what those areas have available to connect with community, to meet new people, to enjoy ourselves. So like we're really used to certain things. Like we always check Facebook events in the area. That's a huge thing we do. We always go to whatever area. So like when we moved to the Des Moines area, or Ankeny is where we are technically, I looked up the Des Moines website and you can find like the best of like best restaurant, best Mexican restaurant, best patio restaurant, best
Pizza
concert
place.
venue.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
like it gives you really great ideas of places to go. So we actually, will you go grab us our date night? Is it over there?
No, it's upstairs.
It's upstairs.
The jar.
Yeah. So we keep jars, pickle jars and such. So we have a jar that has popsicle sticks. And we wrote down all the places that we want to go to and we pull popsicle sticks out and then those go on a calendar.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that way it's stuff we've been wanting to do. It's fun because you get to pull one out and then you put it directly on the calendar and start the process of scheduling it so you actually fucking do it.
Yeah. And one of the other things we really want to get back into this year is we're going to be taking a lot more like camping, fishing trips. Locally, obviously very close. We don't have to go very far at all to go fishing. Here in Ankeny, there's a lot of little ponds and they're all public. So very excited to do more of that. But those are some of my personal goals for 2026, and it's off to a good start. So you just got to keep it rolling.
Yeah. What are will you go through like a quick like breakdown of, because I see
Of
you
my
have like
categories,
five.
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. My categories for my goals are different types of wellness, I feel like for myself. So physical wellness, spiritual wellness, mental wellness, financial wellness, and personal wellness. Personal is the one I just kind of ran through. As far as, my personal life obviously includes you.
Hey, look at that.
Like 99.9% of the time.
Wow.
So that is definitely the things that pop up in my mind when I create my bingo card or my, intention list, whatever you want to call it, for 2026 is making sure that I'm making time for you and for us to enjoy together and to, get out and have experiences. We're all about experiences, more than things. So doing things
we
with
like to
you
do
and
shit.
seeing things with you, new stuff, I'm excited. I've got a couple date days planned already that are going to be surprises, and they're going to be awesome. So
I'll tell you guys all about it.
very excited about those.
Check the story. I'm sure I'll take pictures and videos.
Yeah, you're going to want to for sure on a couple of the ones that I got planned. But yeah, I mean, do you have any personal ones or your categories?
Mine.
Okay.
Yeah, I do want to say too, real quick, because I again have gotten all the messages and the voice clips and the emails from you guys about a topic, and I recently got two more. I know you guys want to see more of Travis. That is a huge thing that consistently comes up is, hey, is Travis taking any clients? Hey, you're adorable. Hey, is Travis taking any clients? Is he still doing coaching with men? Is he going to be back on the podcast? Has he restarted his podcast back up? So just know that Travis, when he was talking about him coming on the podcast more, a lot of that is not just us. It's because we hear you guys. We hear you that you want to see more of him, that especially for the men in your life. I guess we'll just ask right now, are you going to start Mental Break Room back up? Or are you going to start your own?
I don't know. I'm not sure yet. I have with my new career path. I'm working on a couple different angles of providing financial freedom for us and working towards different goals that I have set. I do apologize. It has been put on the back burner. Life gets busy, and I know that's not an excuse. But with everything that I have, trying to take a step forward in my new role that I'm in right now has occupied a lot of my time, along with obviously making sure that I'm spending time with you, making sure that I'm spending time with the new puppy, and also making sure that I'm creating some time, some space for myself with new friends, old friends. That's something that's very, very important to check off for your mental health, which obviously, I'm a big advocate for men's mental health, and we really do need connection when it comes to that. So I apologize about not being more active in those aspects, but it is on my to-do list. I am definitely making an effort to show up here more for more podcasts. As far as personal coaching, I don't think I'm going to be jumping back into that this year. This is going to be a very busy year for myself with my new career and moving forward in those aspects. So until I get into, because I'm still learning. It's still a new process, but I also know that there is more for me right around the corner.
Yeah.
Whether that be a promotion or a pay raise or just taking on more responsibility. I know that's coming this year, so I know I'm going to have to step up there as well. And being gone for, 13 hours a day isn't easy, doesn't leave a lot of time for a lot of things, but
Yeah.
you have to create a priority list. And unfortunately, some things have fallen by the wayside on my priority list because life moves on and you create a new list. I mean, every day I feel like creating a new list. But that being said, I was talking to a couple guys the other day, and they say, what motivates you every day? And honestly, the only thing I could really say to kind of encompass it all was to be better than I was yesterday. Whether that be in every aspect of life, physically, mentally, spiritually, financially, better than I was yesterday. I think that it's small steps. It's not giant leaps. Um, any size step in the right direction is still a step in the right direction. So as long as you're moving forward and you're holding yourself accountable and taking any sort of inspired action towards your goals or towards what you want to do, the lifestyle you want to have, the things you want to accomplish. Um, it's a journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step. So you have to start, and there's no better day than today. Like I said earlier, there's no right time. There's never going to be a right time, and we found that out through our life experiment, I'll call it. Everybody's just experimenting with life, but moving forward and deciding that today's the day that I do this, I'm going to take action on that portion. This is a goal I want to get checked. Let's get started on it. So yes, that was a very long-winded answer, but sorry. I'm not going to be doing any one-on-one men's coaching. I'm hoping to create a men's group locally, like I did in Wisconsin, and that will really feed that portion for me. And then doing more podcasts with Heather and speaking about that stuff, I'm really excited for. So.
Me too. And I want you guys to know too, the podcast episodes that we're going to be recording, one of the intentions that we have and something that we've been discussing is I really want some of those episodes with Travis to be him. Like, yeah, I'll talk, but I really want it to be him and I want him to be focused. Especially because I'm sure you guys are loving the newsletter. We all have so much fun with that, including the warrior corner. And I swear to you, your warrior corners like just get better and better. We keep making the area bigger and bigger. So I'm like, just make it bigger, write more, say more.
Yeah.
But we're going to be bringing possibly some of those aspects of the warrior corner from inside the newsletter to the podcast. So that way Trav can have these episodes where he's speaking directly to men, especially. So all of you guys that are listening right now, if you have a man in your life and maybe they could use another dude that talks about personal development, personal mastery, becoming better in all aspects of life, all these different things, or maybe just at the end of the day, maybe you have somebody that you know that's processing, dealing, navigating with depression, anxiety, guilt, shame, all the things that we all as fucking human beings have to navigate. Just know that we are really trying to get more of a balance with not just having Travis on more, but having the discussion be for men as well. Because Travis and I are big advocates for, not just advocates, we understand deeply that in order for all of us to find the happiness, the joy, the peace, the abundance, all the things that we all fucking want, we have to work together in every single way. And that includes we have to get the men on board, ladies. We have to. Like, and you know as well as I do, like, especially as a man, I'm sure as a man, you've met men where you're like, that's not a man. That's a toddler in a grown body. Like, that's not a man. And it's not our responsibility to, of course, to pressure anyone to force them into anything, to force them into healing, to force them into betterment. But sometimes it's really, really helpful if you just see an expander and you see somebody else out there that's doing the things that you want to be able to do, but for whatever reason you feel like you can't do. Bring those people in and have them listen to the podcast episodes, especially with Travis, because he's going to be speaking very bluntly about men's mental health, how important it is, and how men can start to step up in different ways, not only for the people in their life, but especially for themselves.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. So
Yeah.
we are looking forward to that.
Yeah.
That's kind of not a new chapter for us, but just a little cherry on
Up
top.
level.
Yeah, a level up that we're going to be doing. So we do have to get this thing moving.
Yeah, because Uni's outside, so we have to go check on her. But I do want to give them these real quick.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. So number one, what's up?
I was just gonna say, we're gonna run through these. If you have any questions, you know how to get a hold of Heather, email, DM you. She does such a great job of getting back to people. Obviously, she can't get back to everyone, but she does her best to respond to respond to questions and inquiries about, what's going on. And so if you need a further breakdown or, get signed up for the newsletter. Her emails are always killer. She sends out a lot of really good stuff throughout the week, throughout the month. And the newsletters are really good. It's at the beginning of every month, so it gives you kind of things to look forward to, special astrological dates. So get on her list because that's where you're going to get as much information as possible. She's really easy to see. She's accessible online, and it really, sometimes I find myself scrolling her page. You find inspiration, like you're inspiring. So I just want, if you do need a little boost, like she was saying, you can't force anyone into it, but sometimes it helps to see those things that will just give you a little push. Everybody needs a little push every once in a while. So I know I do. I've taken time to sit back and do nothing. And then I'm like, well, time to do something, time to give myself a push or find that push within, online communities or whatever it is. So, yeah, we're going to run through these really quickly. Another long-winded answer. I'm going to stop talking here soon. But so go ahead on some of your goals for 2026.
So I have a long list.
Shocking.
Well, I get a lot of shit done.
Yeah, yes,
I'm a very successful woman. You got to have a list. You have to have goals. So I just brought 5 in. These are not necessarily like the most important ones. These are just the ones that poured out of me when I was getting ready for the podcast. So the first one, physical wellness. Second one is education or furthering my education. Third is connection. Fourth is business. And fifth is home. So for physical wellness, we're already fucking crushing it, and I'm really fucking proud of us. Fucking, do you see his guns right now?
You don't like the face though.
You make, not just you, all men, when they make that, when you guys do this, you're like, if you're watching you, I just realized that there's going to be people watching this.
Oh, well, I thought you meant through the window.
Oh, no, people's just coming up to our house. No, like they.
What are you guys doing in there?
We've been kicking ass though. We had been talking like 3-ish years ago, 4-ish years ago, especially. Both of us had reached a point where, for different reasons, we had really let go of our physical health. And it wasn't like it was let go completely. We still ate incredibly well. Like our diet, our lifestyle is impressive for even us. Like sometimes we look at how we eat, like we're always getting superfoods in, we're always doing this, we're always eating this. Like we are really, really good with our diet.
Minimalizing processed foods and
hugely
sugars and
yeah. And I mean, that's been for a very long
time. Sometimes we like to indulge.
80-20. They know that. Okay. Everybody in my community. Oh, there you go. We ain't 80, nobody's fucking shooting for 100%. Fuck that shit. 80-20. 20% of the time we have Mexican takeout, just like we have on the counter right now.
Yeah, buddy. Excited to get that burrito.
Yeah. So our diet's great. And not just that, like we cut back on drinking so much. For anybody that's in our community, we used to be drinkers. We were, well, not just bartenders, but like we were bartenders. Like we were in the scene. When we moved to Tennessee, that was the easiest jobs to get, especially in a tourist location like Pigeon Forge, Gatlinburg. And when you work in the service industry, whether it's full-time or part-time, because even when I did it part-time on the side, on top of my corporate job, it's very easy to drink more than you need to drink when you are in the bartending scene. So that was a really big piece to our wellness, was being like, hey, if we're going to be focusing on our health, maybe we should not fucking drink so much alcohol.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah.
So it's just been like a journey, especially like the last 10 years. So the last 5 to 7, our diet has just been fantastic.
Yeah.
But like I said, 3-ish years ago, especially for me, when I started this business, it was really hard on me. A lot of things happened. I had a lot of my own healings that came to the surface, including child molestation, which was not on my radar. Didn't think that was going to come up. Not going to go any deeper because I didn't give you guys a trigger warning, so sorry about that. But that was really difficult for me to have this budding business that was taking off internationally, and I'm trying behind the scenes to process some incredibly heavy shit. And also, when you start any type of business, especially something that's international, that's a lot of work. So the last thing on my radar was taking care of my body, like physically moving. I was still walking throughout the day, but I got to a point where I didn't even recognize myself anymore. I didn't recognize my body. I hadn't felt like that since I was in my 20s, my early 20s. So we started talking about 3 years ago about becoming gym rats again because we had each been down that road where we were going hard. I was even doing like competitions and stuff, not like bodybuilding competitions, but like strength. And it was what, 2 years ago now, almost,
Hmm.
that we started going back to the gym full time. We had started a few times, but then fell off.
Hmm.
But we went for a year straight. We did 5 days a week, and it was a goal towards the wedding. And we were kicking ass. We were taking breaks and doing what we needed to do to take care of ourselves. But it was 5 days a week. Now we're in more of a 3 to 4 days a week, especially with a pup and
Hmm.
with new work schedules. So with my physical wellness, I really want to work more mobility in. That's something that's always been there, but it's never been the biggest priority. So mobility is now going to be a bigger priority this year, as well as functional training. I mean, both of us really want to do more
Yeah.
functional training. And then both of us are going to do cutting. Fucking barf.
Right.
I don't wanna. I want to eat Mexican food when I want to eat Mexican food, and I want to eat all the sourdough bread.
No.
So we're
Yeah, it's
gonna
about that
cut.
time. It's about that time here.
I'm gonna be happy that we did. I have to burp, by the way. Excuse me.
Hi, girl.
Thank you. I'm gonna be happy that we did, especially because I can feel it in my body that I'm ready to cut. Like I just feel very bulky right now. Um, and I'm really excited for the cut, but I don't like what you have to do in order to cut.
Yeah.
Kind of pisses me off. So cutting is a big piece for furthering my education. So I've been furthering I am a lifetime learner. I fucking love learning. It's one of my favorite things to do. If you could just let me research shit all day long, which is kind of my job actually, I will. And so within that, I end up researching a lot of things. And then I end up like a mad scientist with like 14 different journals because I have all these things, but all of my topics of interest overlap. And I need to have a little bit more organization with that because it's difficult to do that and run a business, even though what I'm studying and researching is part of my business. So I'm going to take either a 3 or a 6 month course this year, and it's going to be steady on just a few topics. And I really want to focus in on like the physiology of the human body, biology, um, and then I also wrote down neuro linguistic programming. So I'm already really deep in the NLP world and understanding it, utilizing it. I'm very well versed in it. However, I know that there's always more. So if I can move forward, not if I, when I move forward with the 3 to 6 month courses here, not only will it become an array of certifications that come with it, which is always quite nice, but I will have so much more further education that connects a lot of dots, especially around physiology, biology, and neuro linguistics processing and programming. So,
So you're doing that for yourself and for them.
yeah, you're
Because
welcome.
she is going to pass on that knowledge. I'm positive of it.
I know I will. Yes,
Yeah.
that's one of the main reasons I do it. And that's a big piece of the work that I do. I do this shit because I love it. And then I get to help y'all with it because not only do I know it, but we live it together, both Travis and I, so I can give you the wisdom, not just the knowledge. For connection, obviously, date nights more often, which I've really been enjoying. And new friend group. If you're in Des Moines and you're kind of into like any of this, which I'm sure you are because you're listening to it. If you like spiritual shit, if you like going to rock shops, if you like going to thrift stores, I really could use a new friend group here. moving all the time, like as we've done to different states does make it difficult because then you make this really incredible group of friends and then you're like, see you later.
Okay, bye.
We're leaving. Goodbye.
Yeah.
So we've been here for a little while, and while we've been here, like we were talking about, the last 9 months since last summer has been really taking care of ourselves. Before that was setting up the house, getting in the area, enjoying the area. So we haven't really connected deeply with anyone. We've had connections, but nothing deep because life happened. So I'm really excited to have a nice deep friend group. Like I want some bitches that I can just like have over and sit in our living room and we can drink tea and just do fun spiritual witchy shit together, or just watch movies, or make sourdough, or go thrifting, and you can go golfing with the men in their lives or the women in their lives or what the fuck ever. Like I just want that really bad. For the business, I have a financial goal for this year. I am so grateful, beyond blessed. And also, I worked my fucking ass off to have a business that in the first like 2 years of my business, I was right at a financial goal that most people don't reach until their fifth, sixth, seventh year of business. Again, lucky, blessed, grateful, and worked my ass off for that shit. And since then, I've been learning how to reel it back because I can go hard. I don't have any issues going hard. I can go hard. I can achieve. That's not a problem. My issue is pulling back to take care of myself and to rest more while I do so. So that's been my main goal for the last several years. So I pulled back the amount that I was bringing in annually because I knew I needed to take better care of myself. I can't rightly fucking tell y'all to do it while I'm not. That's fucked. So as I've been focusing more and more on that, I've come back to a space where I'm going to be meeting those giant financial goals again annually, especially this year. So I'm really excited to reach that. I'm rolling out a lot of newness. You guys already saw that last year. We no longer do Women Rising in the winter. We're doing the Expressed and Accomplished. We are not even doing a spring retreat this year. We're doing a very special once in a lifetime. That sounds kind of cheesy, but it's true. It's a once in a lifetime program. I really don't think I'm going to offer it again in the spring. So I'm really looking forward to rolling all of those out in the business. And for our home life, I'm the gardener. I mean, you garden, but I'm the gardener.
Yeah.
I grow us our food, our herbs, our flowers, our roots, everything. So I did winter sowing this year for a lot more than I ever have. I'm going to have 50 different plants that are winter sown. And my hope is that on top of the plants that we need to have an incredibly full yard, because we have many gardens, I also want to be able to share those because my hope is to have anywhere between, because for each plant, I probably have planted what, like 20 to 50 plants per plant.
Yeah.
So 20 to 50 seeds. So my hope is to be able to share with my community and to just give a lot of starter plants out come springtime because I'll have them ready before anybody in the stores do. So I want to be able to help my community in that way. And one of the last things is canning and dehydrating. My grandma Sherry has been asking me for years to let her refresh me on canning because I don't remember exactly how to do it. It's been a very long time since I've been canning with my grandma in the kitchen. So it's a very easy process, but also you have to know what the fuck you're doing. So I'm very excited to get back into canning. And then more dehydrating. We have a really awesome dehydrator. And I always think about how great it would be to have dehydrated bananas, dried apples, like for snacks, especially like when we're camping, especially now with Junie. And we never fucking do it. So I definitely want to do more dehydrating for meal preps.
Yeah.
So those are some of my goals.
I love that.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Sounds great.
Looking forward to 2026.
Yeah, man.
Good.
All right, you guys. So I'm going to leave you with a few pro tips that we talked about in Expressed and Accomplished. Number one, also, if you want the workbook to help you with all this, will you just reach out to me and send me a DM or an email because Travis, will you grab your workbook? Actually,
Yeah,
it's right under there to show him. Travis has one too. So some pro tips, and this is in the workbook as well. Number one, set your big goals for the year. No dream is too big. Set the big goal and then work on breaking that down into quarterly, monthly, and weekly goals. And what I mean by that is not that every week you're going to have to be like, oh my gosh, what do I have to do here? What do I have to do there? But once you have it and you know what the goal is quarterly in order to reach the annual goal, then you just have to put in place the habits that you need to have every week. Like if you have a goal of a physical goal with your body, one of your habits then to meet the goal that week is to have your fucking gym clothes set out every day. Like, just a simple habit. Maybe one of the habits is you carve out time during the day because it's not going to magically show up. You have to physically carve the time out of your day to go do this shit. So if you had like a money goal to save like 20 grand every quarter, you got to save 5 grand then, which means every month you need to look at, okay, what month is a harder month? Like you're probably not going to save the same in December as you do in June. December is probably going to be a lower savings month because of the fucking holidays. So using your calendar to recognize what are you saving for or what are your goals and how can you break them down? Will you show them this real quick?
Yeah. So this is Heather's workbook. And it goes through basically, I mean, every kind of, I can't really, you're not going to be able to read it, but there's so many different types of breakdowns. There's obviously inspirational quotes in there.
Duh.
But it is basically how to create your reality that you want by these small steps that she was just talking about, making sure you're putting things in place and holding yourself accountable to move in that direction that you want to move in.
Yeah. Also, I just heard Junie bark, so we need to get
We do
going.
need to wrap it up.
I hope that you guys are enjoying. Yes, expressed and accomplished. Get the workbook. And you could do just what we did. We just had ours printed at fucking Staples, dude.
And they bound it. It's fantastic. It's
so nice.
Like, yeah, hardy. You don't have to worry about it. Nice.
Yeah.
Good quality.
So hopefully you're ready for 2026. Travis and I are also going to end this with just a shout out that we see what you see in the world right now. We recognize it. We understand that things are very difficult, more so than we've ever experienced in our lifetimes. And it is important to stay informed. It also is really important to pay attention to your mental health. Travis can attest to this. I'm probably going to cry even talking about it. I wasn't doing well in 2020 when all of the shit with child trafficking, came out. I wasn't doing well then. It hit me really hard. And now that we are seeing it come back in, I'm very grateful because hopefully justice will be served in the biggest way possible. But it is really hard. So, and that's just one of the many things that's been happening in the world around us. So stay informed, but also take care of your mental health. And just know that, especially with the women that I'm working with, that's across the board. There's so many women that are navigating big things because of what's happening in the world. So just know that if you ever need somebody to talk to, I'm here and we recognize it. And I hope that you will join us in staying informed, but also making sure that you create more joy in your day-to-day life, because that's how we get through this, is creating more joy within ourselves, within our communities, connecting with people, making sure that you have a goal to connect with your community more and more and more, because that's what's going to get us through this, is coming together and actually being the United States of America, and not just saying we are united, but actually being united. So just know that we see you, we hear you, we understand it, and we're here if you ever need to talk.
Fantastic. Yeah. It can be tough, but like Heather said, your mental health, making sure you're taking care of yourself has to be priority number one. We always say you can't pour from an empty cup. If you have nothing to give, you're not going to be able to give, properly. So make sure you're filling your own cup first. You're taking, whether it's 5 minutes a day to do breathing exercises or meditation or yoga, or, getting into the gym start with 20 minutes, start with 30 minutes, whatever you can do, move around your house, find something to pick up, not hurting yourself. Obviously, it doesn't have to be heavyweight either. It can be low weight, high reps. Find the space where you can find yourself. Self-reflection, breathing, that's what's you'd be surprised how drastic changes can be when you're making small changes like that. 5 minutes in the morning, getting out of bed, jumping up and down with your eyes closed, getting the blood flowing in your body, cutting back on screen time, getting out for a 10-20 minute walk, getting to the gym for 45 minutes if you can make that happen. Taking care of yourself has to be everyone's number one priority. No one's going to look out for you. Well, not no one, but that sounded hard.
No one's going to come to save you.
No one's going to come to save you. You can only save yourself. There's only one corner in the universe that you can control, and that's you. That's yourself. So make sure you're doing that. That will allow you to be able to give, to be able to have more energy, to spend time in the community, helping others, to, receiving gifts and making sure that you're living life. Life is meant to be lived, and it can be scary. There's a lot of scary shit out there right now. So if you're looking at the world like it's a big scary place, it can be, but also there is good out there. There is joy out there. There are smiles and love out there.
There's more of that than there is bad.
Absolutely. Just because the bad is shoved in our face doesn't mean it's something that we have to focus on. It can be so hard not to focus on it, but if you're taking care of yourself and you're taking care of your loved ones and you're spreading joy and spreading love, that's what we all need to do more. There is, like Heather said, to become united, we actually have to be united. There's no.
And also get your ass in front of people that make changes and fucking protest. Do whatever the fuck you need to do. Do whatever calls to you. Like, yes, spread joy, but make a change. That's what we all need to do. We can't be passive here. We have to get out. We have to make changes happen. So do that as well.
Find someone that you follow, that you believe, that has the same morals as you, that you can, and what are they doing? How are they doing things? How are they making changes? What are they doing to lead them to the spot where they're able to make those changes?
Yeah.
If you have a mentor in your life, like someone amazing like Heather, or anyone who's heading in the right direction, who has the same morals as you, follow in their footsteps, learn what you can about what they're doing and how you can do that as well.
Yeah. Okay. So we're going to wrap it up. Thank you guys so much. We appreciate you guys hanging out with us for a little bit, and welcome back to the podcast. We are back to regularly scheduled programming. We will be having Brazen come to you every other week. You're going to be finding it on Fridays, and very excited for the upcoming episodes. We have a lot of really incredible people that will be joining us in 2026, either that already have that you get to listen to the podcast or that are coming very, very soon. And as always, if there's anybody that you would like to have come on and I can chat with, we can have an awesome conversation and you can tap into it, please let me know. I love having you guys send referrals to different people, different recommendations. So let me know who you'd like to see on the podcast in 2026 and beyond. And as always, go be kind to yourself and go be kind to others. Especially right now, it is imperative to connect with the people around you. The people that are near you aren't your enemies. The people in your community are not your enemies. The people at the grocery store are not your enemies. And if you can connect with them more and more, you're going to break down all the bullshit that's trying to tell us otherwise. So go connect with your community. Go tell somebody they look gorgeous. Go ask somebody about the cute shirt they're wearing. Go tell somebody to have a great day, or simply just walk into the room and take a moment to energetically send everybody a big fucking bear hug. Do whatever you need to do to be kind to yourself, be kind to others, and we'll get through this.
Much love, guys. We are really looking forward to 2026, and we hope you are as well. So we hope you guys have a great day, a great weekend, and
we're going to go walk Junie.
Yes.
All right. Bye, guys. Love you.